It's so hot. Hello. So it's day 8 of NaNoWriMo. My word count is behind still, but I'm less behind now, so that's good. I'm still, I don't know, I had a bit of a point there where just everything fell apart and it's just like, what's the point? And then, you know, you think about it for a second longer and you're like, yeah, no, I gotta finish this. But I just broke past that and it was frustrating. I mean, everything I was writing was just, you know, I wasn't even enjoying the writing. It was just writing for NaNoWriMo's sake, which is good. I mean, it gets you into the mindset of just being able to sit down and write because you know you have to write. But at the same time, that can't be the only reason. I still have to enjoy what I'm doing to do it. And I wasn't enjoying it. I liked the characters I created, I liked the world that I've put them into, but I just wasn't enjoying it. And it's so easy to get discouraged doing this as well. I've been reading I, Robot by Isaac Asimov, which has nothing to do with my story at all, but that's the book I'm currently reading. And I had some downtime in between writing, and I picked up the book and just read through that. And it's just like, wow, this is really good. The writing's really good. It's clear and concise and you know exactly what's going on. And then you go back to your own story and you're like, wow, yep, that's a mess. That's what I've created, a mess. And I don't know what sort of broke me out of it, but it just keeps happening at the moment. And I don't know if it's just this year or the circumstances, and I've been busy every single day doing this course I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I still want to write. And this is a really good way to get the words out, get the story down, and then you can go back and, you know, fix it all up later. And I don't strictly adhere to the rule of no revisions during NaNoWriMo. Every time I write something and stop, the next day I'll read through it again and then I'll continue writing. I'm constantly revising as I go. And it works out pretty well for me. Still going good, still slogging through, still very much a part of the early days of NaNoWriMo, and things will get better. I'm still super excited about my story, which is cool, and I want to share it with people, but not yet. It's too soon. I've seen everyone's word counts are doing really well as well. Half of my buddies on the Nano website are so far ahead. So far ahead. And it's awesome to see. And some of them are still a little bit behind as well. And I think they might be just suffering through a bit of what I'm suffering through. I mean, here it's summer. Well, it's not summer, I lie, it's spring. But it's a particularly hot spring. For those of you who don't know, in the Newcastle area last week, it's November, it was October, we've just gone through huge fires over the past few weeks. Like huge fires. It's been stinking hot. You might be able to see a bit of shine. That's perspiration. It's not just I'm naturally oily, that's perspiration, because it's just hot here. And even when I write at night, it's still hot. I've got all the doors to the house open. There's a very, very slight breeze blowing through the house. You walk outside and it's cool, but inside this house, it doesn't get cool. It just stays hot. And that's what I'm writing in. And the only lounge we've got is leather, and that's where I do all my writing. So I'm sitting there writhing and sticky, and I'm stuck to it, and so I suppose I could probably find myself a better writing environment. But for now, that's what I've got, and it works, so I stick to it. So I guess the being miserably sticky and hot's just a part of NaNoWriMo here. But my environment when I'm writing, it's very quiet. We live right on the highway, so there is, you know, you get the sounds of traffic pretty regularly. But generally, it's quiet. There's no noise. I've got headphones on anyway. I listen to my own music when I write. Not my own music, obviously. I listen to music that other people have done that I own a copy of. It doesn't feel like it should be, but it is. It's a pretty good environment for me for writing because I made myself write in those conditions, so when I'm in those conditions, I can write quite comfortably. And I've also learned to write in public when I'm at, say, a coffee shop, or this course I'm doing. When I go on my lunch break, I try to write. And I don't know, I just wanted to know what sort of environments you guys write in. Do you have a special office for it, or do you specifically go out to try and find new places to write in? Do you need beautiful scenery in front of you while you stare at your laptop monitor? Or yeah, just tell me a bit about your environments. I'd love to hear what other people are doing and where they're doing their writing during November. And that's about it from me. I have to open up all this area so I can sweat a fair bit less than I'm doing now, and I will see you in a couple of days. Keep writing.